hold off a second before going live. If everyone would grant me just 1 minute, maybe 2. I see it. Ooh, it's cold out there. So I am here. It's cold. Welcome, everybody. I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I did. There's a cat. It's young. And I've been feeding it like across the way, and it came by to see if there was any food, and I glanced over and I saw it, and I was like, oh. And plus I want my cat to be able to see other cats. Minu's been raised by humans and a dog, so he might be a little feisty, but you know, how is everybody? Look how handsome. So now that that is mission accomplished, right? I want to do a reading this morning, obviously. But I'm going to start out with the Oracle of the Fairies. I have felt a deep heaviness for the collective, like these past couple of days, right? So I know it's not just me. I know that I'm feeling it and assisting, so I just kind of wanted to bring a little magic into the day, right? Having said all that, and with the kitty showing up, ancestors. I did go outside. It's time to go outside and tune into the powerful peace of nature. Wherever you are, feel at one with the habitat. Y'all see what I did behind me? I brought all of my plants in. It's cold, or turning cold where I am, right? So I needed to bring my nature indoors. So let that be for some of you, correct? Maybe it's really cold where you are and you are unable. Just a friendly reminder, you can always create your space within. This room is green. It's bright. Prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu, planned. Either way, make sure you're ready. When the time comes, pack your passport now. There's new beginnings. The fairy godmother heralds journeys, joyous news. The birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a child. Putting all of this together, for some of you, when you are around nature, you're very in tune to nature, right? Weather, those types of things has a huge effect on you. For someone who's been sitting in the house and not feeling the best of lately, all this Plutonian energy shift and what have you going on, right? I don't claim to be a studied astrologer, but I am aware of what's going on. Go outside. For me, when I'm outdoors, I'm an earth sign too. It helps me ground when I get intuitive thoughts and what have you, and I'm just on a walk, or for this instance, sitting in here quietly, right? I get downloads. That's whenever I go within and I really take stock, take inventory of where I've been. And telling you the easiest way to move through things is to be grateful for where it is you have come, for where it is that you are, and for everything that you have, because that makes way for new things. If you sit with a sense or an attitude or in an environment, right, emotionally, of lack, then that's what's going to manifest in your life. For some of you, it could be manifesting a journey. The holiday season is coming up here closely, depending on what have you, if you celebrate or not, and in whatever manner. It's not for me to judge. But there is a coming together. There is new beginnings. Manu. Pardon my kitty. He says time, take a break. Nunu. Aminu. Along. Along, Cece. I love you too. Y'all. My apologies. My handsome kitty wanted to get some loves, huh? But you have to go over here. Mom's reading cards. He's drawn to the energy. He's a big boy. And there's something, exactly. I was just talking about that present moment. My cat does remind me to be present. There are certain things like that. Cup of hot tea. I had a cup of coffee yesterday morning. And I don't drink coffee normally, but I have ancestors who did. So I sat around and I said that I was going to have a cup of coffee with them. The moments of being present and being still. I think as a society, we have become uncomfortable with not speaking correct. And for instance, just a silent room. As if someone has to be speaking all the time. My ancestors taught us that silence was actually a powerful thing. And if someone spoke, it was because they had something of value to share. It wasn't spent with frivolous talk. I'm taking on the mannerisms of one of them, as you can tell. But it was the point of stillness, where we learned that stability was not on the outside of us and what surrounded us. Stability comes from within. I have been in situations where it felt as if everything around me was just crumbling, right? But that was my journey. I also learned that it didn't matter what was going on around me. I kept a sense that no matter what, everything happens on purpose and with purpose. And I didn't lose faith that the universe would always have my back, because I knew that I had done a significant amount of work within my soul, correct? And I knew that I had birthed that new beginning. I knew that I was going through a journey of the soul. I know that things were changing. I knew that I was growing. I knew the things that, once made sense to me no longer did. Some of you could be going on a physical holiday. Some of you could be just going through that journey of the soul, and you're coming out of the other side of it, and there's new beginnings. I'll pull cards, quite possibly a birth. There is a child here. Empress card will tell me that. 1311 on the clock. That is divine feminine energy. And ones and threes. Thank you all for joining. Who's here? I appreciate all of you. I post mostly on weekends. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you like my vibe. I like my vibe. I keep hearing for someone, it's like you felt that things didn't happen fast enough, right? And, it's not good to have expectations, but feeling anticipation that something's coming in. Maybe you could retrain your way of thinking to not having expectations. But the thing about it is this, is say, I am anticipating good things to happen in my life. Because I don't live my life with expectations, but I do anticipate good things. There's something in that for someone. 7 of Pentacles, yeah. Anticipating that return of all the work you've done. 7 of Pentacles is the energy of you've put work in, right? Say you're planting an eco garden or a flower garden. There's a process that you go through, correct? You just don't go out there and throw some seeds in the ground. That ain't going to do nothing. The Seven of Pentacles is that whole process of going outside and choosing what plot area, correct, that you want to have. And then if you want a flower bed, you have to box it in, right, and build a wooden box. You have to line it out. You have to get all the old grass out, right? You have to line it with some weed liner bedding. Then you have to put soil in it. There's a whole process. The Seven of Pentacles is kind of looking back after you've watered in the seeds and know that within a couple, like say 4 to 6 weeks, that those seeds are going to start popping up and start growing. It's like you're sitting back and anticipating, like, I should have heard something back by now. It's that energy. There was a spiritual awakening here. It's like someone is holding on for that chance and opportunity because they know that the lessons and the wisdom that they have acquired, it's valuable. Not willing to put time, effort, and energy into things that's not going to honor who and what it is you're about. You've been on a soul journey. You've healed something very significant. Mastered your emotions. You've learned to not just react with situations. You've learned to sit with it, ponder it, correct? Feel your way through situations, and if something just doesn't sit right with your soul, then that's not it, Manu. Clean it up, buddy. Y'all, my cat. So, yeah. You're not going to do that on camera, sir. Could you please come over here? There was a negative attachment that someone was going back and forth with, correct? A huge change. But you found yourself empowered through this. You found empowerment through this healing process. You have something that you can significantly maybe share with the world, correct? Possibly later on, share your story. It's like you illuminated all of the things that had once held you back, and you truly made peace. My apologies for my cat, but he's my orange tabby. What do you want me to do about it? Sorry. Apologies. Falls to the floor. See? There was conflict. These were also thoughts. It's guilt and shame, right? Of a level. I'm reminded of something that I wrote a long time ago. While I was younger soul here incarnated having a human experience, I didn't always do things right. from a dharmic state. I was very karmic, as we all were, but just don't get caught up. Allow yourself to forgive yourself at who it was while you were out here surviving. Your blood. You can't shit on Mama's cottage right now. Hey, bro, we're not doing this today. Pardon y'all. My orange cat is having a fit. Right? And distractions. You're being led and guided and making peace with the reoccurring thoughts that's trying to keep, you trapped in that loop of negative self-talk. Been there. Still working through that as well. What worked for me is I acknowledge it. When I would recognize, I'm like, ooh, that's an old behavior. I'm not gonna talk to myself like that anymore, because I deserve a little bit more respect on how great I have come out of all the things I've been through in my life. Like, I love who I am, and I love the fact that I can now recognize I'm talking shitty to myself. And I'm not going to do that anymore. Because I appreciate how far I have come. And it takes a person with a lot of courage and a lot of bravery and a lot of strength to get through the things that I have gotten through and still be able to keep a smile on my face. That's the energy, right, of healing. And that's what it's like to get through things and tell yourself and have compassion. We have compassion for other people, but have compassion for yourself. Your team does. Yeah. This is a solid new start at life. This is a life that you've never experienced before. There's no going back, because you're not taking a step down. I heard you're taking a step up. It's the universe is like, here you go. Here's a step up in life. You did all that work, and I recognize that you loved yourself and you made peace with yourself. And now that you're able to do that, forgiveness was not about everybody else. Forgiveness and peace was for you, your soul. So here's a gift, a solid new beginning of being connected. It's like the universe is proving itself, like, told you so. I can't help but notice this card, and look, it kind of matches my daughter's painting. So I'm being reminded there's a small sliver of moon here. Being total aware of your own darkness, right? But also knowing that you are the light. You're the path to new beginnings. I heard, if you don't like your life, do something about it. I did. And that's Ace of Swords under that. found your truth. You found your voice. You found your value. You found your worth. You found your leadership. Or you will step into it, your leadership. You could be pulled into a leadership role. Many levels. Yeah, King and Queen of Cups. You've mastered the ability to control emotions, whereas you've matured. You know, younger days we pop off, go around throwing, fists with people. Nowadays we're kind of just like, too old for that shit. It's kind of the energy I'm getting. It's kind of like somebody's just like, you know what? I ain't even got the time, effort, energy to put into that. I know my value. I know my worth. Like, I don't want to say that you feel as if you're better than, but as a collective, it's like you feel as if I'm on another level. Like, I just can't argue with people that have no clue what's going on. New. As my cat comes over here, try to get in there. Say hi. Hi, bud. How you doing? Hey, Minnie. Cat energy. Leo energy. Familiar. Ancestors. Definitely keeping a close eye. Right, and just form of protection. I often notice. There's a story behind my cat, and I'm not necessarily going to get into it right now. Bro, you are definitely like my dad, fucking with people all the time. Me new. Thank you. Yeah. Life changing. Magical times. There's something about being connected. This is the second time we started and ended with connectedness. All things are connected. The vibe, the energy of the earth, healing, new beginnings, strength, and energy. You have courage, you can endure. Find your center, spiral into your power. Free fall, trust fall into the universe. For life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. The mighty dragon. Cycles. And that's that anticipation underneath. Remember, I spoke about letting things go, expectations into anticipation, Something wonderful is happening and change is in the air. For open yourself to blessings are on the way. We are becoming. Surrender to these changes. Release fear and trust this powerful process. Cycles. I like it. Thank you all for joining. Remember, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Mercury is about to go in retrograde. You guys, it's pre-shadow period. So when I stumble over my words, just know, okay? Anyways, if you're just joining, please go back, watch from the beginning. I saw 30:53 on the clock, so that could be significant for someone. Thank you all. Have a great day.